I have to say, I'm actually quite proud of all those videos that I made. Hey everyone, Mr. Mom Collectibles. I am back with another video. This is one that I've been wanting to make for quite some time, ever since, well, those YouTube shorts that you saw in the beginning. I started pumping those out over the last, I don't know, couple months. And the reality of what we're going to talk about is something maybe people don't talk about enough. Talking about the stuff that, kind of doesn't really get spoken about much. And we're going to talk about shipping boxes and art boxes, and more importantly, space and selling and all that stuff, what it's tied to. So obviously, when we get Hot Toy boxes or Hot Toys figures for that matter, mostly from Sideshow, they come, in a brown shipper box. And I know that's one thing that's been talked about and posted up on a lot of the social media groups and here and there when people are talking about space. And I've always been saying it, that Hot Toys has been testing our wallets and our space, not only the space for the figures, like the ones you see behind me, and like where to display them, but honestly, even more importantly, like the stuff you don't think about, which is like the art boxes and the shipper boxes, like where do they even go? And I know I've seen people rent out storage units for them, which I think is wildly absurd. Put them in their attic, put them in totes, trying to figure out every which way to save boxes and things like that. And, well, you see what I do with mine. Now, to be fair, I don't throw away all of my boxes. I do have some. I do have some of my boxes. I only get rid of select ones, and we'll get into that in terms of what my thought process is. And basically, I have to, stay forward thinking as a collector. And what I mean by that is space allocation is very important, not only for your figures, building, the garage shelves, the module cases, the DTOFs, things like that. But the things you don't think about, like where do the accessories go? Where do the art boxes go? Where do the shipper boxes go? And so that's stuff that doesn't get talked about a lot. I think the natural feeling is you put them away and you just keep them all. The question is, what if you don't have the space? I know people might say, well, you always have to have the space. Where am I keeping all those? My house doesn't have an attic. I have a garage which has other tools in it, things like that. I just don't have the space. I have closets. They have my clothes in there. They have other things. Like if you really break down all the nuances, I don't have the space to keep 70 plus shipper and art boxes in my house. I just don't. And I would never even think about renting out a separate storage unit for boxes and literally waste money. And that's how I think. I think that's an absolute waste. If you're going to be relocating and moving and you need to do it for like a period, maybe a month, maybe 2 months just to store stuff, but eventually you're going to cancel, I can understand that. But if you have a permanent home storage unit for your art boxes and your shipper boxes, I think that's personally just a waste of money. That's just me. I created a poll on my YouTube channel 4 days ago when I was running them over with my pickup truck. And I basically asked, do you think the Hot Toys brown shipper should add value when selling, or should it matter? And basically 142 votes in, and 41% people said yes, and 59% said no. And I was asked, well, what if you ever move? Well, I'm not moving. I'm in my house. This is my, people call it your forever home. I'm not going anywhere. So that eliminates that situation. Then the other question that people had was, well, what if you decide to sell your figures? The figures whose art boxes I got rid of, for the most part, are figures that I would never get value back for them. Let's be honest. The market for Hot Toys figures is not what it was years ago. The reality is that you buy figures because you want to, but you're going to lose value on some of the figures. like behind me on my shelf here. I mean, if I'm just looking at my Star Wars, Ahsoka Tano, the deluxe, the DX 2021, whatever it was, a new one is going to get announced. The chances of that one maintaining its value is probably not going to happen, realistically. But with the reality is the way that the market's shifting, we're probably going to get another Ahsoka from the show, and it's probably going to be updated, especially if it has USB power. They fixed the issue with the arms, better sculpt. It's going to be, in the white version. I just don't see the old one really maintaining the value. Bo-Katan is another figure where I paid retail for that at Sideshow at the time. I think I used actually a coupon on it. But the reality is that figure is not going to maintain its resale value when you most likely sell it. Those are the figures that I got rid of the boxes for. Obi-Wan Kenobi from A New Hope, that box I still have. The Sand Trooper from A New Hope, I still have that box. My Harley Quinn, I still have that box. My WB 100 Wonder Woman, I still have that box. But let's see, a big space hog like the Nightmare Batman Superman 2-pack, that's not going to maintain its value. I'm sorry. It's being put up for daily deals every other week, almost trying to push that thing out. And that box is a space hog. Got rid of it. The Boba Fett 2-pack, I got rid of that box. Now, am I right about all this? It's subjective. Let me know in the comments below. And that being said, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if this is in fact your first time watching. I do truly appreciate the support. And as always, drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. But that was my mindset going into it. Now, can I be wrong about stuff? 100%. It's my collection at the end of the day, and I need to curate my space. Other people that I've spoken to, they have a time period of anywhere between 1 to 2 years, and then they'll start purging boxes. They'll keep their stuff for a certain time frame, and then they'll get rid of them. So everyone has a different process. Brown shipper box, where does it hold value? So like I've seen people online post their figures online, and they'll say with or without shipper. And I've seen people actually ask for less money because it doesn't come with a brown shipper. This box here is to the WB 100 Wonder Woman. I got this figure directly from Hong Kong. How you see the box is how it arrived. Now, this obviously came protected with bubble wrap and inside a generic brown box, no different than anything else that you'd buy. If I ever wanted to resell this figure, do I have to take a financial hit on this because there's no brown shipper from Sideshow? Now, there's other people that will get theirs from Sideshow when it ships, and they'll be in a brown shipper. So does that mean that that person's figure, if they went to resell it, they should get more value than mine because I didn't get a shipper with this? That's just an example, just something that I was thinking about. Those who I talked to over in HK, in fact, actually say that a lot of the figures, MMS, TMS figures, don't even come with shipper boxes. Some of the die-cast do, quarter scales, some of the specials. But the reality is most of the MMS and TMS figures, they're displayed like that on the shelf. They just take them, put them in their bag, pay for them, walk out the door. And so I'm just really curious about the value of the brown shipper and why certain collectors feel it adds value to their figure. I've seen people post online when their brown shipper gets damaged, they're upset, that's what it's meant to do. The brown shipper is meant to protect the art box and your figure. So if that gets damaged, it did its job, basically. Now, the art box is a completely different thing, which I understand. I do throw out my art boxes too, don't have a space for them. People see it as a piece of art, the design, the box, and everything like that. Great, absolutely. That can be an argumentative point that, some people keep them because that has, and if you're going to go resell your figure, yes, the art box, I agree, adds value. Otherwise, if you're selling the figure loose, it's expected to get less value for it than if it had a art box. So the art box, I definitely I'm sold on it that, you need to have that with your figure if you're trying to maintain maximum value. But the brown shipper thing was always a fascinating thing to me, in terms of that. And it kind of, like I said, it originated from me getting a lot of figures and realizing that I have no space when space is running out. And when space is talked about, it is often talked about just the figures, but I'm thinking about space also when it comes to your art and shipper boxes. Like I said, drop a like on this video. Please consider subscribing. At the time making this video, we did crush our goal of 2,000 subscribers. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And most importantly, drop a comment because I'd love to hear from you guys and what your thoughts are. Until next time, this is Mr. Mob Collectibles. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.